So I wanted to take some time today for our mindset call to do a mental health check because, well, for one, I feel like it's important that we all, stick together and make sure that we have each other's back. But two, because sometimes we can just get so involved, so sometimes lost in our day-to-day lives and our journey and, kind of forget that other things matter too. Or make sure that you're, keeping in mind that health isn't only just getting in every workout or tracking everything that you eat. Now, these could be parts of it, but there are also other things that are important as well. So we did a visualization exercise last Monday where we kind of like went deep on like really what you want out of this life when it comes to your like physical health and fitness and how that translates to what you want outside of that. Like what is giving you or what is you accomplishing this goal actually do for you? So we're going to take it a little bit deeper there. We're not going to do a visualization, but this is going to be more on the interactive side of calls. So kind of like last week, I'd like for you to go and grab a pen and paper. And then we're going to do just like a little mental health check, little mindset check, and you don't have to share this with others. This is just for you to see where you are. And this is called the deep health check. And you'll see why in a second. So I'll give you a minute to make sure you have what you need to write with. Give me a thumbs up in the chat when you're ready. Ready to go? Okay. And per usual, it's always very helpful if y'all can be on video because otherwise, I mean, you can imagine talking to like little black boxes. It's, just not as personal. So seeing your faces is always lovely. So if you're able to hop on video, that would mean a lot to me. Okay, so let's get into deep health. Now, deep health isn't just like, what does your weight say? Have you made progress with your measurements? It's a lot of things. There are, in fact, 6 different components that make up deep health, and I'm going to list them for you here briefly. There is environmental, there's physical, which is a lot of what we're working on here together. There's mental, something else that we work on a lot here together, emotional, existential, and then there's the relational / like social. So we're going to go through each of these, and I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 5 on what your health looks like for each of these. So obviously 0 is the worst, right? Like if you just are completely off the wagon, it's just a huge area of opportunity for you. That would be like worst case. Or 5 is like you're thriving here, you love where things are going here, you have a sense of purpose here. So I'm going to give you a little bit of description of each as well. So for starters, I want you to rate yourself on your environmental. So this is, are the things that you're putting around you in your life, are your surroundings promoting your happiness and your fulfillment? So if you just kind of take a second to think of all of your surroundings, are they supporting where you want to go? And rate yourself on a scale of 0 to 5. And if you need examples of any of these, let me know, or if it doesn't make sense, you're not really sure what it is that you're rating, let me know and I can dive into a little bit further. All right, now second one. This is the physical. 0 to 5 if you feel healthy, energized, thriving, and you feel as though your body functions and performs well. And this isn't to say, are you like the best you could ever be, no improvements needed? It's more so, do you feel like that's where you're going? Or do you feel like in alignment with what I mentioned there? Lucy girl, you jumped in just in time. Hurry up and grab a piece of paper and a pen because we are rating our overall, our deep health. So what I just asked as you hopped in is you're rating yourself on a scale of 0 to 5 on how well you feel like you're doing in this area. And I just asked about physical. So how would you rate yourself currently on where you are with physical health? This is you're feeling healthy, you are feeling energized, you are thriving, you feel as though your body performs and functions well. All right, and then next we have mental. So an example of mental is I feel alert, I feel focused, I feel competent, thoughtful, I learn, I remember, and I solve problems well. So this could also be like mental clarity. Or do you feel like you're kind of in a fog a lot? Or you feel like forgetful a lot? Or just a lack of desire to do a lot of things because you just kind of feel like this just feels cloudy, like you don't feel like you're fully there experiencing life mentally. 0 to 5. Next one, we have emotional. So an example of this is I feel a full range of emotions. Most of them are positive though. I feel hopeful a lot of the time. A lot of the time I feel like I can and have the ability to set out to do the things I want to do that make me happy. And I feel like I can express my emotions appropriately. So the alternative would be if you feel as though you don't have control of your moods, the ups and downs of the moods, you don't know why you feel certain ways. Sometimes you feel great, sometimes you don't, and it can maybe affect your life. So that would be the opposite of what I just mentioned. So rate yourself there on 0 to 5. This could also be sense of calmness. So if you tend to get burdened by anxiety or fear or stress or panic, this could also be in the emotional section here. Because we want to feel a sense of calmness more often than not, right? We want to know that, okay, my life's under my control. Maybe things aren't always going exactly as I want them to. Maybe things come up, but overall, I believe my life is under my control. All right, we've got 2 more. So the next one.
Question for you.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the mental and the mood or the emotional?
Say again?
What would be the difference between the mental and the emotional?
So mental is more focus, alertness, thoughtfulness, ability to remember things, like more sense of focus on things. Whereas emotional is your feelings. It's the highs and lows, just overall how you feel about things. So yeah, one of them includes emotions and one of them doesn't. One of them is just clarity and ability to see things as they are. Does that make sense? Okay. So then the next one we have existential. This one is simple. It's do you feel as though your life has a sense of purpose and meaning? And this one's a little deeper too, because I mean, I feel like everyone is probably wondering that, right? Like, why am I here? What is my purpose? What am I here to do? And this is a very important part of overall health because we need to know that we're here to do something, right? That we have that our existence is of importance because it is. Maybe sometimes we just don't know that or we don't know how. But it is a big part of our overall health. And then last one, we have relational/social. This means you feel connected and authentic with others. You feel supported and you feel like you belong somewhere. Now, I want you to, this is not for you to like score yourself or to pass or fail or it's nothing like that. All this is to show you where you might need a little more attention. Now, I hope that most of you have scored yourself decently with physical because of the work we're doing here together. But if not, then that is your cue to basically sit and think about, okay, I have tools here. So what is stopping me there? You know, because you came here for a reason, right? To overcome this part of your life, this very important part of your life, that is the physical. And as we know, obviously the reason why we have Mindset Monday is because obviously our physical isn't just about our physical. It can lead to our emotional, it can lead to our relational, how we behave and cultivate relationships. It can bleed into a lot of things, which is why it's important that we take care of what we can take care of and hope that it improves all of the others. But nonetheless, if let's say you marked down that you are struggling in the physical part, this is something I want you to reflect upon and say, okay, what is it now that I need in order to start moving forward here? And you guys know I am so here for that, because if you, let's say, come to an epiphany and you're like, oh my gosh, I realize that what I need is X, Y, and Z. As your coach, I would love to know that, because we're obviously here to help you make moves and make improvements in this area, and everyone is different. So although we want to like help in whatever ways we know how, you're also an individual, and there are things that might work for you that maybe don't work for other people. And that's why, you know, we're here to help out. So if there's something that you feel like you need, I hope you know you can always come to us and say, hey, I can really use some help with this. I can really use support here, or maybe just some pep talks, or maybe, you know, this kind of accountability. We're always here for that. Now, the other ones, I want you to, of course, yes, also reflect on those and determine, what do I need to put in my life? What do I need to remove from my life? How do I make space to grow in these other areas as well? So, and the reason why I thought it was important to do this is because there are plenty of people in this world that reach a goal, a physical goal, and are still unhappy. And it's not because, like, what the real issue is, they had other things going on as when it comes to overall health that maybe they didn't consider. So they thought, hey, when I hit this goal, when I am this weight, when I am this size, when I can lift this heavy, when I can do these pull-ups, when I can wear crop tops, when I can wear that dress, when I can blah, 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 then I will be happy. But usually it's more than that, right? So I want you to know where you are when it comes to the big picture of health, and see, okay, how do I make space for these other things too? Because these other things are all just as important as your physical health. So we're not just here to help you make physical change. Like, I feel like as though part of being a vegan goddess is to ensure that overall you're creating the life that you really want and really stepping into this higher version of you. Not just a thinner version, not just a toned version, not just a more muscular version, but like your ideal version of you on all fronts. So that way we don't find that we reach a finish line when it comes to your physical goals and you're like, this just doesn't feel like how I thought. I thought I would be so happy and fulfilled and all of my problems would go away and I would just feel free, and I'm here and maybe I don't feel that way. So this kind of like little activity we did will show you maybe where there's some gaps other places. Now, the goal is never to be like 5 out of 5 on everything, because we probably will never be perfect on everything. But at least to be aware, like sometimes it's okay to make trade-offs, right? Sometimes we can make trade-offs where we say, you know what? I am going to not focus so much on building new relationships and socializing and doing all of those things, because I want to put that extra energy, my limited energy, into something else, into my emotional health, into my mental health, into my physical. And that's okay, as long as you know that you are the one that's making those moves and you're not like uncertain as to why you're not feeling fulfilled, even though you're working really hard. So just, this is more for you to ponder and to reflect and to see where you're at and what you can do to be happy on all fronts? Does anyone want to share any like insights that they received? Like, oh, wow, I didn't think about this, or I'm realizing this. Or if you want to even ask a question, feel free. Got a shy crowd today. It's Monday. Maybe that's why. When I did this, I scored myself low on environmental surroundings that support my health and well-being. So Lucy, you got here like right after we said environmental, so this is a good time for you to rate yourself here. So environmental is how would you rate yourself in basically having surroundings, an environment that supports your happiness, your growth, and your fulfillment. Now, many times, and I know for a fact, majority of you can like relate to this, especially just in our own plant-based journey, is we don't always have an environment that's promoting our happiness. Like maybe we have people in our family that think it's silly that we're, switching up our diet, or they think we're being just inconvenient because now we want to eat differently, or that we're like a burden to them because now like they have to accommodate us. So we might have the experience of having an environment that's not supporting where we want to go. And it can be tough. Like if you live in a household where maybe those around you are not, they don't care that much about their physical health, at least not in this stage of their lives. Maybe they're not at the point where it's like a big issue for them. And it can be tough because maybe they're ordering pizza or wanting to go out to eat all the time or go get drinks. And you have to like say no a lot because you're trying to focus on your goals. So at the time when I did this activity, I kind of looked around and I was like, wow, my environment is really not supporting where I want to go. And it's important to be able to realize that, not to get mad at anyone or to like, it's nobody else's responsibility to make sure that we are okay. It's only ours. So putting yourself in an environment that is helpful, that is conducive to where you want to go. If that means, hey, taking some time outside of the house to be alone with your thoughts and to do things that matter to you and to spend some time with yourself instead of having people in your ear or having like temptations all around you in your home to do things that maybe you don't want to be doing anymore, that is still improvement. To be able to say, okay, my environment's not supporting this. There's only so much I can do about what other people are doing. And maybe in the present situation, I'm kind of stuck where I am. What can I do to put myself here then? Or who can I put in my life who's going to encourage me and like be a really solid relationship for me? Or what can I do to like find out what my sense of purpose is? Maybe I need to meditate. Maybe I need to go like walk in nature, or maybe I need to pick up a hobby, something that can allow me to express myself in a different way. So it's just for you to think about, for you to determine how to build a nice, vibrant, well-rounded life, not just heavily focused on one or two things. Was this helpful? And if it wasn't, that's okay. You won't hurt my feelings. Okay, good. Thank you for the feedback. But yeah, I think it's important that we just, I don't know, I want to remind you that we're here for you. I mean, I know, especially for those of you that have been with us for a bit, like we've seen a lot of ups and downs in your life. And I know sometimes we can kind of be like in a little box, like, oh, well, that's just my fitness coach. I want you to know that we're here for you, though. And if you ever feel like you don't know where to turn to, and you maybe just need to get some things off your chest, or talk to someone who will listen, or who can help you vent or rationalize, or maybe just be like a little sounding board for you, I hope you know we're absolutely here for that. Because I don't only care about your physical health. Like I care about you as the individual, about you reaching your goals, about you being happy, about you being in fulfilling relationships. Like I want the best for you all. And I know that Cynthia, she's been kind of working a lot behind the scenes lately, but just with like our communication and seeing everyone's progress, like she has like a really good understanding of like who everybody is just based off of your habits and stuff. So I know I can speak for both of us when I say that we genuinely want the best for you. And if you are ever in a place where you just don't really know who you can talk to, like you can always reach out and be like, hey, non-fitness related thing, like can we talk? We're so here for that because, we're spending a lot of months together, right? Like we're getting to know each other a lot, and, here for you. Anyway, some things for y'all to think about. This is just a beginning. because obviously it's one thing to be aware of where you want to put some energy, but the second thing is to make moves, make plans, and make sure you execute. Lucy said, yeah, environmental can be a tough one because you want to put yourself first. I decline a lot of dinner invitations with friends because I don't want to sabotage my progress. Right, Lucy? So that's like kind of what I was mentioning is sometimes you might have to make decisions, right? Like you might see, okay, if I put more time on my environmental and on my physical and on my mental, then I might find that naturally my relational kind of starts to go down because I'm now cutting off time with friends. So then, as long as you are in control of that decision, I don't think that's always a bad thing. Sometimes we do have to put a little bit of distance between us and other people or other things that maybe in the present moment aren't aligning with where we want to go. Like it is so okay to distance yourself from friends who are not helping you reach the higher level of you. I think we all have friends that like really like to gossip or talk shit or complain or just kind of tell you how easy you have it and how hard they have it, or just always have some drama going on with their own relationships or their exes or their partners or whoever. And we can find that like we have to pay a lot of energy to be around these people. And although we can love them and want the best for them and support them, we don't have to be there for everything. And sometimes it's hurting us to do that. So it's okay to put distance between the things or the people that are not helping you grow. And I know like logically we all know that, right? But I think sometimes we have to kind of hear it so we can like give ourselves permission to be like, okay, I love her or him so much, but they weigh on me. And I never leave that encounter feeling like energized and better and more aligned and more, thoughtful. I just always feel like, ugh. So some stuff for y'all to think about. But that's all I have for you. So yeah, some stuff to think about. If you have any questions on it, let me know. Does anyone have questions before we hop off today? No? Okay. Well then, Wednesday, we have our workshop. Thursday, we will not be having office hours. It is my 30th birthday on Saturday. So I know, this came so fast. So I'm going to be heading over to hang out with my mom this end of the week. So I won't really be around, but Cynthia will be. So if you ever have questions or anything and you ask us in the app, she will still be there to like answer questions, make sure everything is good. So you will still be supported. Thank you. But yeah, that's all. So thank y'all for being here. I will see you in a couple days. Have a great week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.